Perhaps this same night depth perception problem, combined with the unique viewing angle, convinced Melvin Knoll that he saw an object with a box-like appearance, while the others saw variations of a triangle.
The witnesses' description of what they saw is not entirely consistent, but the predominance seems to be that they saw some sort of a triangular-shaped vehicle with really, really bright lights on it. That doesn't fit any known vehicle that I'm aware of.
These witnesses also concur that the flying object made very little sound.
And it moved real slowly with slightly any noise. I just heard a low buzzing type noise, almost like the noise of a transformer.
A big vehicle making very little noise, or a buzzing or humming noise, is in fact the way the current Goodyear blimp sounds. Then the wind direction influences how much you hear. If the wind is blowing toward you, then you hear it clearly. If the device is downwind of you, sometimes you don't hear it at all.
Many questions still remain. If this was an experimental aircraft from the military, why would the government fly a top-secret airship so close to a heavily populated area? And if the military denials are to be believed, who or what else could construct a craft of this apparent technological sophistication? These technical animations represent what the witnesses observed in the night sky over southern Illinois on January 5th, 2000. While many believe the unknown craft to be an experimental military plane, others are not so certain. The triangular shape and lighting patterns observed by the police officers are reminiscent of other UFO sightings in recent years. In March of 1997, hundreds of people observed a large black triangle with white lights fly over Phoenix, Arizona. It failed to show up on radar, and the military denied any knowledge of its existence. For 2 years, from 1989 to 1991, there was a wave of UFO sightings in Belgium. Thousands of witnesses described a triangular craft with 3 bright white lights and a blinking red in the center. Bruce Cornett, a UFO investigator, has been researching unusual flying objects for the past 8 years. He has witnessed and taped dozens of triangular craft in the night sky over Pine Bush, New York.
Many times they would do various types of performances where they would turn on lights, rise up above the trees and with bright lights and produce all types of lighting patterns and sounds. The animations that I've seen for the craft in Illinois, some of them are very similar to the ones I've seen, especially the triangular-shaped ones.
What could explain these various sightings of flying triangles around the world?
Anytime something unusual is observed, the possibility of it being an experimental vehicle or a prototype vehicle is a very real probability. If this is actually some sort of an experimental vehicle, we probably will find out about it eventually. Secret airplanes seem to be able to remain secret for somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 years.
But others are not convinced that these are just military experiments, especially when they observe accelerations or maneuvers that transcend our current capabilities.
I've tried to refrain from saying that these are extraterrestrial in origin, just simply because there are so many things we don't know yet.
Given the fact that these images represent exactly what the witnesses observed, and they appear to display flight characteristics that are beyond our current technology, how else can they be explained?
If a flying saucer were to show up and offer to take me for a ride, I'd probably go, especially if they'd let me fly it. But I'm not at all sure that that has happened yet.
The controversy over what these witnesses saw on the night of January 5th, 2000 may never be resolved. But whether an experimental craft or something with a more mysterious origin, the experience changed the lives of the witnesses.
When I'm out on patrol in the area where the incident took place, I It often brings me back to the time that the incident happened, and I remember that evening, and I always wonder if it'll fly by again, or if I'll see it again, or, you know, the different possibilities still ring in my head.
Every time I go over that bridge, I look up into the sky to the place where I had seen the object, and I guess it's almost a hope that I see it again, or a wish to see it again, but I do look.
I feel that it was something from another planet. For what it done when it was so low to the ground, I don't think we have anything to even come close to it. So that's why I figured it came in from another planet and looked around and took off again.
More people will see these things in the future just simply because this is an ongoing phenomena. It's not going to stop and go away.
It is not my role to determine whether or not the witnesses saw a UFO from outer space. I am confident, however, in saying that the information the witnesses gave me was depicted very accurately.
I like to just tell the facts of what I saw that evening. My credibility as a police officer, I wish to maintain that, and the people that I love and trust, I want them to know that, you know, this is what I saw, these are the facts, and I want them to draw their own conclusions as to what they think I saw that evening.
I believe these officers, I really do. I believe them 100%. But yeah, I still joke with them about it. You know, like if they've seen any flying saucers lately or any, you know, UFOs, and that none of them seen anymore. It's just, you know, that one time only.